Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fireside Thoughts.
Hey everybody, it's day 5 of our Fireside Thoughts, and I'm pretty excited to be here to share with you some thoughts for today. Have you ever made a mistake and other people caught you doing it? See, I have this special ability to embarrass myself with regularity. In fact, I had a student once, because I used to be a school teacher, who took great pleasure in reminding me of the time that I totally made a joke of myself at a school assembly, 200, 250 people there. The moment is serious and there's dead silence except one person is laughing at the top of their lungs. And who is that one person? Yours truly, that's right. Totally stuff like that happens to me all the time. And just picture me at a classroom situation, explaining something and, words just slip out sometimes. I was definitely talking about, big, large boats, ships, but it came out sounding like a completely different word that is sort of like a cuss word, and I was made fun of for the rest of the year. So I'm sure something smaller has maybe happened to you at least once, and then people remind you about it, and then you don't feel really awesome, but it's sort of small. But have you ever had something bigger happen, where you have said something or done something, and then it's like a huge deal, and your Snapchat is blowing up because people are ridiculing you for what has happened, and then it just goes on and on for days, and you just feel like sticking your head into the ground and you want to disappear. Well, we actually have a story of someone in the Bible who had kind of a similar situation, and I want to talk to you about how God deals with situations like that. So if you're looking at your Bible, we're going to the book of Luke, and this is sort of the beginning of the Christmas story, right? So in the book of Luke, at the beginning, we're talking about a man named Zechariah and his wife Elizabeth. And for those of you that know, Elizabeth was Mary, who is the mother of Jesus, her cousin. And she was a very old woman at the time that this was being told. I'm talking your great-grandma's kind of age. And she and her husband had never been able to have a baby. So back in those times, you would have described her as being barren. And in that culture, that was just considered hugely shameful. People assumed that you had done something so terrible previously in your life that God was punishing you by not allowing you to have a baby. But by God's miracle, he chose Elizabeth to become a mother. And maybe you'll find out later on who she becomes the mother of. But here in Luke, in chapter 1, I'm going to read you verse 25. Because when Elizabeth finds out that she's pregnant, she says this: "The Lord has done this for me," she said. "In these days, he's been kind to me. He has taken away my shame among the people." You see, God is in this business of removing people's shame. There's nothing that anyone could do ever that God is not willing and able to remove that from how he sees that person or from him loving them. So there's nothing that you could have done ever, how shameful it may be, and I'm talking serious stuff, that can prevent you from being close to God. So let me ask you, as you ponder finishing up this fireside thought, what are you ashamed of, and what might be holding you back from being close with God? I'll see you soon.